today's episode, we're going to be talking about the importance of creativity, because you got to understand, as a new entrepreneur, your creativity is your currency, especially depending on what you are trying to do as an entrepreneur. You can have a chance to fill that void, whatever field you decide to do and what have you, because you got to understand, customers is always looking for the newest thing. Customers are always looking for something that may not be there. And this is your chance to come in and create something that's going to be the problem solving of what people have been missing. It can be any type of design. If you are a clothing company, what have you, it can be a service that you could provide that people are looking forward to and what have you, right? So this is something that if you are a very creative person, because understand, we all have a creative side in us, but it's just a handful of us know how to tap into it. And if you have the creativity that's out the box, that hasn't been seen in decades and what have you, this is your chance to be able to take over. This is your chance to add something within the field that you decide to go in the field of entrepreneurship. This is your chance to take it to the next level and what have you. So other than that, man, make sure y'all tap into the show for today of the Invest Brand Pod Show, episode number 55. Yep.
Entrepreneurs embrace the hustle and the grind. Invest Brand Pod Show.
Grand rising to all my investors and stuff out there, man. Thank y'all for tapping into another episode of the Invest Brand Pod Show on a Monday. This is officially episode number 55. Today episode we're going to be talking about is the importance of creativity. But before I jump into the topic, you know what time it is. If you're watching this playback of the Invest Brand Pod Show, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and also hit on that like button so the algorithm know this is a real pod show that's going on right now. And also, if you are listening to this on our Spotify channel, make sure you hit the follow button so you can be notified when a new episode drops on Spotify and what have you. And also, I know I told y'all last week to go to investbrand.com, but right now, investbrand.com, I'm going to have the site back up by mid next week and what have you. So I'm working on little things there. So you still will have a chance to get the Investor of Self shirts. The deal is still on. When you buy a hoodie, you get the shirt half off, because we want to make sure, man, everybody got the Investor of Self hoodies in 2024, because this is your commitment to invest in yourself, investing in your self growth and what have you. So this is something. So make sure, I'm definitely, if you signed up on our email list, you will be notified once the site is back up, so you can go on the site and what have you. We also working on our Invest Brand logo shirts. We got the sweatshirts that we are working on right now and what have you. So please be patient with us on that. So that's going to be something in store. So that's why I say, man, sign up on the emailing list. Sign up on our emailing list so you can be notified when new products drop or whatever we doing, because you are part of our journey, Invest Brand. You are our Investor of Self. So we are going to launch our Investor of Self community group that you can be part of and what have you. We're going to be relaunching that and what have you. So we working on that right now. So it's going to be different little things that we do when you join our Investor of Self community and what have you. So this is just me by myself. I'm my own team. So please be patient with me, guys. I'm definitely going to have trying to get things put in place in 2024 so we can get the ball rolling, guys. Other than that, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be back with that segment we call Quote Me on That, where I read you a quote and I explain to you what the quote means. So guys, don't go nowhere, man. Make sure you tap back into the Invest Brand Pod Show. Yup. Welcome back to the Invest Brand Pod Show, guys. Thank y'all for tapping back into it. Like I said, today's episode we're going to be talking about is the importance of creativity. But before we jump into the topic today, it's that time. That's that segment we call Quote Me on That, where I read you a quote, then I explain to y'all what the quote means. So the quote for today, for all my go-getters out there, my entrepreneurs, people that's investing in themselves, people betting on themselves, people chasing their dreams, their goals out here, this quote for today is definitely for y'all. So today quote is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who hustle. Keep grinding and the results will follow. So let me read the quote one more time, just in case you didn't hear the quote or you didn't understand what the quote said. So for today, the quote is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who hustle. Keep grinding and the results will follow. So the quote is plain and simple. You cannot sit around and wait for success. You got to go and get it, right? You cannot worry about results, if you're getting results or not, because the results going to come. Just keep grinding, keep putting in the work, keep being present, keep being consistent, keep being determined, right? Continue to do what you need to do to stay focused on the main goal. The main goal is to accomplish a goal that you set for yourself, right? Like Deion Sanders' son said, if you ever seen his video, Well Off Media videos and what have you, in his intro, he has a line that he raps from one of his songs. He said, if I can remember, he said, even though I don't see no results, but I still wake up and chase it. And if that's right, I don't know for verbatim, that's exactly how it goes, but he's exactly right about that quote, because even though you don't see the results, you still got to wake up and you got to chase them. You still got to wake up. You still got to get on your grind. You still got to continue to do what's going to help you continue to get closer and closer to the results. Because once you accomplish your goals, you're going to see the results. So that's very, very important to understand. Keep on grinding. Don't lose focus. Don't lose sight. Because at the end of the day, you always a step closer to what you're trying to accomplish, the goal that you're trying to accomplish. You always a step closer. Every day you work on your goal to accomplish it and what have you, that's one more day that you are closer to accomplishing it, and your success and your results will be right there waiting for you. So don't never give up, guys. Never give up. But other than that, man, that's the end of the segment called Quote Me on That. And it's time for that. It's time for the topic and what have you. Like I said, man, this is episode 55, and today topic, guys, we're gonna be talking about the importance of creativity, because it's very important to understand as an entrepreneur. Your creativity going to take you a long way. This is going to give you longevity as an entrepreneur in the field of entrepreneurship, because you got to understand your creativity is currency. And people don't understand that, because if you are a creative person and you can think out the box and create things that no one else can duplicate and what have you, right? This is going to take you a long way. You can leverage your creativity. You can use your creativity in a way to make change for people. You can use your creativity in a way that solves problems for people and what have you, right? You can use your creativity in a way to add something within that industry, within that field of entrepreneurship that has been missing. You can fill that void. You can fill that gap in. And if you can find something of your to be able to leverage your creativity, you can go a whole long way as an entrepreneur, because it's all about longevity. Because longevity, you have longevity of success as an entrepreneur, you will be able to make so many changes for people that surround you and what have you. So that's why it's so important when it comes to creativity. See, a lot of people, a lot of us, a lot of times we underestimate our creative side, right? And some people don't know how to tap into their creativity. And you got a lot of people out here who are creative, right? You have a lot of entrepreneurs that's out here who are creative, but they don't know how to bring that out of them, right? Because a lot of times you see people just try to duplicate other people's creativity, right? You see a million, just like you go on YouTube right now, right? You see a lot of these skits where people rent cars and what have you, and trying to find a gold digger, trying to find out if this girl is a gold digger or not, because this is a whole skit, a rented car, and the girl is in on the skit and what have you, right? So you have a lot of that out here. Then you got those out here asking girls to turn around, and can they grab their butt? Can they shake? It's different little things that you see on YouTube, right? Everyone is trying to duplicate the same thing. No one's really been creative, right? No one know how to tap into creative side to change the game to the point where they thinking outside the box. They doing something that no one else can duplicate, because if you're a person that have a creative side and you can take that to the next level, it's something that no one can touch or even reach or even seen from the last decades of entrepreneurs and what have you. You can run the table. You can do whatever you want, because no one can match your creativity, your creative side, and what have you. Just like Kanye West. Kanye West, per se, he might not be a businessman. He might not know how to run a business, but far as his creativity, it's on another level, right? He has a creative side, right? Sometimes you might, be like, man, what is he doing next? You wondering what he's going to do next, or you wondering what is he doing? Is this his new venture of clothes, or venture of shoes, or music, whatever he's doing? You always intrigued about what is Kanye West going to do next and what have you, because his creative side is on a whole nother level and what have you. You cannot take that away from him. Yes, people may think he may be crazy because he rants a lot and what have you, but far as his creative side, that's unmatched. You got to give it up to him and what have you. So you, as an entrepreneur, you want to be creative in a way where it changes the game in a major way. So I have only three things that's why it's important, and what you can do with your creativity that can help within the field of entrepreneurship, whatever you're doing, whatever field that you get into as an entrepreneur. So the first thing that your creativity can help within the field, whatever you're getting into as an entrepreneur, is problem solving. And this is where, especially if you're a new entrepreneur and you coming in, if you are very creative in the way, like I said, and your creativity is out the box and what have you, outside the box, not out the box, but outside the box, you can be able to tackle challenges that is facing within that field you are in as an entrepreneur and what have you, right? This is a way where you can provide innovational solutions to the field. You can bring new ideas for customers, especially you have customers looking for a certain thing, looking for certain services, or looking for a particular design or something that they've been wanting and what have you. And you can come along and you can be that solution to their problem, especially when it comes to your creativity. You will be able to win all day long, right? Because people are always looking for the new thing. People are always looking for someone can come in and solve a problem. And with your creativity alone may be the thing that solves the problem that people and customers been looking for and what have you. Especially if you can tackle unexpected challenges and you can provide innovational solutions to that field and what have you, and change the game. Hey, this is your chance to do it, because understand one thing, you got to carve out your space as an entrepreneur, right? If it takes you taking your creativity, your creative side to the next level to do so, this is your chance. This is your chance to make it into something that no one else can even touch and what have you. And this is very, very something that's very important. Look at guys like Elon Musk and what have you, right? They come along and he creating the car, Tesla. And Tesla, is a very popular car, right? Amongst people within the United States and what have you. I don't know about other countries if they really indulging in buying Teslas or what have you, but here in the United States, you can see Teslas everywhere and what have you. See, where I'm from, depending on what side of town I go on, I see more Teslas, versus other side of towns and what have you. But Teslas is something that really came along and really changed the game, right? With the electric cars and what have you. And a lot of people like it. Some people look at Teslas and be like, man, they just plain cars. But I think what is so intriguing by people when they get inside a Tesla is the big computer that they have on the dashboard, right? It's something that's very amazing, right? And Tesla is like one big computer and what have you. So a lot of people that's very techie, that like that type of tech stuff, this is something that they can buy into, something that they may like and what have you. And they also got different versions, different models of Teslas and what have you. So it's things that Elon Musk, he's a type of entrepreneur that's very innovational, right? He thinks outside the box and what have you. So this is something that he's going to win with Tesla. So like I said, now when you go to places, now you see charging stations because they bring in because now they know people have electric cars and what have you. So you see a lot of charging stations. You see a lot of depending on where you're going. Grocery stores may have them, department stores may have them, different parking lots may have them. It all depends. Like I said, gas stations and what have you. So if you have a type of creative side that can change the game, this is your chance to slide in to be the problem solving, the solution, innovation solution that you can provide. This is your chance to do it, especially for your new entrepreneurs, right? People are always looking for new ideas, new things that they really can get into and what have you. Number 2 on the list is innovation. And this is something that as an entrepreneur, this is something for you to be able to, especially if you are creative in a way where innovation comes to you very easy. This is your chance to create a unique product that no one haven't seen before, a unique product that people may not at first thought about it, or thought about they needing it at all, but it's so unique and it is so unique and intriguing. It makes customers want to buy it. It may not have been something on their mind that they needed, but it's something that I want it now because it's something that's so unique and intriguing. I may not never see this before. This may be something that I can use. I don't know. Let me get it to see if this is something that I can benefit from and what have you, right? So this is very important. Just like, far as if you're an entrepreneur providing services to people, right? Depending on what services you trying to provide to people and what kind of business that you have far as a service business, this is something that you can provide, come up, and if you, like I said, if you got a creative mind you think outside the box, you create a service, it may be something that people never thought about it, but now since it's something that's intriguing, they like, let me go ahead and check this out. This may be something that may help me out. This may be something that I can benefit from, right? Or it's something that's been missing, the service that's been missing and people been asking about it, but other entrepreneurs didn't know how to go about creating it for the customer, or they did, but it failed because it wasn't exactly what the customer want. This is your chance, especially to tap in to your creative side and take it to the next level and give the customers what they looking for. And I guarantee you will see results. You will see feedback from customers, especially if something that's been missing and what have you, right? That's very important for you to understand that. And I don't want to leave out business models. If you are very creative and you can create a business model that's outside the box of anything that's been done before and what have you, you will definitely win, because it can be something, especially if it's a business model that customers really been requiring, been looking for and what have you within that field, whatever you're doing as an entrepreneur. Or it can be also something whereas other side of customers really haven't been looking for this, but since it's something that's very unique, innovating and what have you, they might take a liking to it. Like, man, let me take advantage of this because this might be something that turned out I may be able to benefit from and what have you. So when you have people, you able to change people's minds and be like, man, this might be something that I need. Let me go ahead and take advantage of it. You can win on both sides because it's all about the business model that you create. That's when you can tap into your creative side and create a business model that no one's seen at all and what have you. Just like, let me use Uber for example. No one ever thought about Uber. No one ever thought about letting other people drive them around to where they need to go and what have you. You get an Uber and somebody else come pick you up in their car and drop you off at work, drop you off at a store, drop you off at a club, bar, whatever, right? No one ever thought about that, right? Even though when you think about it, that's like you calling somebody in your family or your friend and go drop you off at work, right? But you're not actually you paying them gas money and what have you, right? But the fact that now it takes people, now you can use your own car. Uber came along, put it like this, Uber came along and changed the game, right? Lyft followed behind Uber, and what have you. But Uber came and changed the game to the point where now, to the point where people could use their car to become their own boss, become their own entrepreneur and what have you, be their own contractor to the point where they now can go and pick up people and be their own type of cab service to the point where they're getting paid for it and what have you for providing the service through Uber and what have you, right? So this is very important. This is very, very innovational, right? At the time. And when you think about it, right? And now you have other, just say it like this, you have other on-demand type of apps and companies popping up right now because that's what it is, on demand. Because right now you need it right now, so it's a demanding service, just like Uber Eats, DoorDash, what have you. Now you have grocery store apps and what have you that can that people go and shop for your grocery order that you put in and what have you. So these on-demand services, now you got Airbnb, people renting out their house. So you have it to where now people can be their own contractor, make their own money and what have you. So this right here, well, when you have people, entrepreneurs coming up with things like this is very innovational because this was something that people needed, right? Especially if you're a type of person that really don't want to go stay at a hotel. Now you have a other option. Now you can go and stay at somebody's house, even though you have to pay for the services, right? But now when you think about it, if you don't have the money put up for a hotel because a hotel going to charge you a holding fee just for any damages and what have you, right? When you go to Airbnb, you don't have to worry about paying an extra $200 because I know when we went to Chicago, me and my wife, we didn't know this. We knew that it might be a holding fee of like $200 and what have you, but we didn't know it was going to be per day. So we stayed at a hotel for 2 days in Chicago, and I think it was $300 a piece each day for accidental and what have you. So that was like an extra $600 that we didn't expect to come out for a holding fee, right? So some people may not want to pay that. If you know that's going to happen or occur, you might just want to go get an Airbnb, right? Or just get a Turo where you don't have to pay that holding fee of getting a rental car where you might have to pay an extra $200 they had to hold on your credit card, where you can get a Turo and you don't have to worry about that at all, paying the extra fee. So it's things when those type of things like Turo, Uber, and all these other on-demand apps came along, it provided another option. It's basically another problem-solving option that's very innovational, right? So as an entrepreneur, when you can come up with ways to come up with things like that, man, you can take it to the next level and what have you. So that's what's so very important about being creative. When you can be creative and you have that creative mindset where you can create things that is missing within the market or whatever you're trying to do as an entrepreneur, it can take you a whole long way and provide longevity, long-term growth as an entrepreneur. And that's what you're looking for as an entrepreneur, long-term growth, continue to grow, continue to get bigger and stronger and what have you, because it's all about longevity as an entrepreneur, right, guys? And this also, this will set you apart from being innovational and having a creative side that's very innovational. This can set you apart from your competition and also help push you to bigger successful markets and what have you. So definitely understand that. Okay, last thing on the list, number 3 is brand differentiation, right? This is, is something that you definitely can use your creative side and leverage as leverage, right? To whereas now you are creating something, a brand, services where this is giving you your brand an identity, right? Giving your service identity, right? This is something that's going to set you apart to where now people remember your brand, remember your services, because it's something that's very unique. This is something that's different than every other brand or services that's within the field that you are trying to do as an entrepreneur. This is something that's very important. That's why I say when you are creative and you have a creative side that you can take it to the next level, right? This is the last thing you have to worry about, being a copycat of other brands that's out there, or being a copycat doing services or doing things that other people are doing on social media, other entrepreneurs and what have you. Or you are a content creator and you want to make money off your content and what have you, right? And you're an entrepreneur in that way and what have you. You're not doing the same videos that everybody else been doing for the last year or so, right? You are creating something that's very different, because now this is something that people will remember you by. Look at DC Young Fly. When what I forgot the name of that platform that was out, where he kept making short videos, short little skits and what have you, and he was able to get famous off of it. I forgot, guys. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm having a brain freeze right now. I forgot what they called it. It was a couple years ago, but it's not around no more. The platform, no one is like, people geared towards other things like Instagram and what have you. But anyways, I want to make a long story short, right? But when DC Young Fly came out and he was on that platform that made him hot, he was doing those short vids and what have you, right? And next thing you know, he blew up, because it was something that no one seen. It was something that was different, right? Something that was unique. Something that people is memorable. It's a memorable thing, because when you think about DC Young Fly and you think about, okay, when is the first time I seen him? Okay, I seen him on this platform, right? This is where I seen him at. So you got to create something as a entrepreneur that's going to be different from your competitors, right? Something that's going to be very unique, something that people going to definitely remember you by and what have you, and give you a distinctive identity. And that's one key thing, is giving yourself a distinctive identity, because a lot of times, like I said, we look at other people's stuff and we find ourselves duplicating or doing something similar as the next 2 or 3 entrepreneurs, and we're not giving ourselves the true identity of our services, of our brand that we supposed to, right? Because your distinctive identity should be your creativity that you put behind it and what have you, because it give you that distinct idea and what have you, right? Just like Damon John, when he came up with Fubu. Fubu is something that, especially amongst the Black community, is something that's going to be always remembered, because he gave it an identity. People look at Fubu like, okay, what is Fubu? What does Fubu stand for? And when he put it out there and let us know what Fubu stand for us, by us, we can gravitate towards that. We understood that. So that's going to be something that it's going to be a memorable timepiece. People are always going to remember Fubu, even though people don't wear Fubu no more, but people going to remember Fubu because it was something that was popping. That was something that was popular. That was something that everybody gravitate towards, because it was a clothing brand that was for us. So we felt comfortable by Damon John giving Fubu that distinct identity. It's going to help people remember what Fubu is and understand the meaning behind Fubu. So you got to understand, this got to be something that's going to be a memorable timepiece that is going to draw in potential customers. And that's what it's all about, man. Creating something that's going to draw in potential customers, that's going to continue to be within your community, that's going to join your community, that's going to be behind your brand and what have you. So that's very important, man. You want to create, when it comes to your branding, this is your creativity, my bad. When it comes to your creativity, this is going to be something that you can use for leverage. You can leverage your creativity because, like I said before at the beginning, your creativity is your currency. Say that with me. Your creativity is your currency. So you're going to be able to leverage it. Even though you're an entrepreneur and you don't have a brand, but your creativity, you are creating for other entrepreneurs, designs, creating ideas, creating services and what have you, right? You are leveraging your creativity because you're using your creativity as currency to make your capital, to make your situation better and people around you situations better and what have you. Because if you are creative and very innovational, people always going to make sure you stay in business because people are always going to gravitate towards you because you always creating a timely piece with your creativity for them, right? And it's always successful and what have you. So it's very important to understand that, guys, man, your creativity is your currency. But that is the show for today, guys. Thank y'all for tapping into the Invest Brand Pod Show for today. Like I said, this is episode 55, guys. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you are hitting that notification bell so you can be notified when a new episode drop. Also, make sure you hit that like button because we want to make sure the algorithm knows Invest Brand Pod Show. This is a real show. This is a real show for all my beginning entrepreneurs at the beginning stage of entrepreneurship, my new entrepreneurs looking for some type of advice, looking for some type of help, just looking for something that they can get them going to keep them motivated. This is what Invest Brand Pod Show is about because understand, entrepreneurs that's of the old, they didn't have platforms like this. They didn't have things that they can go to. So I want to make sure Invest Brand do our due diligence because this is what Invest Brand is all about. Investing in yourself because you are your own brand. So brand your greatness. And this is what we want to do. We want to keep you motivated to become the best entrepreneur as possible and what have you. And also make sure you follow us on Spotify so you can get so you can know when a new episode drop, notify when a new episode drop and what have you, guys. And like I said, investbrand.com, the website, will be back up middle of next week doing some work on it. So please be patient with me because I'm only a one-man team as of right now. Hopefully within a year, I can change that, add more people on the team. But right now, guys, it's just me, solely me. So a lot of things I'm trying to work on everything one time, editing shows, doing the shows and what have you, doing the content for the website, doing the pictures and picture editing. So, this is a grind. So please be patient with me. And thank y'all for tapping into the Invest Brand Pod Show. Every Monday, Invest Brand Pod Show, unless some changes, y'all. Other than that, man, make sure y'all tap back in Invest Brand Pod Show. Yup.